My E36 is probably dead, and in this video I'm going to explain exactly why. So before we get started, welcome back to 2PJZ. My name's Pat and I'm very glad you found the channel. In today's video, it's not really the happiest news that I want to share. It's a pretty sad one, is that my E36 BMW that you can see in a few of my previous videos got crashed last week, and I am almost certain that it's going to be written off. It just got picked up today by a tow truck. It's now been just over a week since the crash, and in today's video I just want to run you through a bit more of what happened, because this has generated a lot of interest over on my Instagram account, which you can check out down here. And it's something that I want to explain a little bit more to give you a bit of context as to what happened and why we've ended up in this position and what we're going to do next. A lot of you guys have been asking me what actually happened in the crash. How did it happen? Did you lose control? Did you spin out and hit a wall? Like, what actually happened? It was totally not my fault. So last Thursday I was driving home from the gym, as I normally do early in the morning before going to work, and it was a very wet morning, and I come down the freeway, and essentially what happened is there was a rental truck which didn't see the traffic merging and everyone had slowed down, slammed on its brakes, but it was too late because, as I mentioned, the roads are really wet. The rental truck then went into the back of a ute, and the ute then got shunted into the back of me. So in a way it was really lucky. My car is toast, the whole back end is crumpled in. I've got all these overlay shots up there now that you can see what's actually happened to the car. You can go on my Instagram as well if you want to see a little bit more. As I mentioned, if that truck had hit me directly, it's something that I've been thinking about a little bit more this week, and it just been losing a bit of sleep at night over it, if I'm honest, because if the truck hit me direct, I wouldn't have been just walking away with a little bit of a sore neck and feeling sad about my car. I think it would have been a hell of a lot worse. So that process is all now underway with insurance, but I guess if you're going to get into a crash, that's probably the best way for it to happen. Now, throughout this last week, I've sort of been thinking about what I can do to replace the car, because as I mentioned, it's an old BMW E36. You know, I've had instances like this before. It's actually the third old BMW I've had that's been crashed. The other two were my very first car that I got T-boned with, my E46, and then I had another E36 that got written off in much less severe circumstances. I literally had someone at the gym reverse into the back of me. So I've been here before, sadly, and now it's time to sort of think about what might be next. But before we get to that, just a few more details. Obviously, I'm fully insured. There's no liability on my part because I got rear-ended, and the car, as I mentioned, has been picked up now and has been taken out to a different suburb here in Melbourne where I live to be assessed, and it might be another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I have no idea how long it's going to take for the insurance company to actually give me a call and give me an answer on this situation, but I'm hoping it's soon. Moving forward to what we do next, as I mentioned, this is only a really quick video. It's not going to be a long one. It's just to bring you up to speed. Where we go from here basically depends on, firstly, what's happening with insurance. My intention with the car, basically, if it does get written off, my plan is to buy the car back, and insurance will then deduct the wreck value. Say the wreck value is $2,000, they just subtract that amount and pay me out the rest. And then when the car does come back, I plan to send it back home to my mate Matt, who I bought it off in the first place, and then he will fix it up or use it as a donor car for some of his other E36s. So I will be buying the car back if I have the opportunity to do so. That's the first thing I want to mention, is that it will be coming back and it will be living on in some form in a way that's very close and connected to me, which is good because the car was really special to me. I really, really liked that car, and I would like to see it live on, even if it's, you know, the engine is in one car and the seats are in another car, or the dashes, and you know, that's pretty much the plan for me now. And then looking forward, I made a Instagram reel the other day, and you can go and check out, where I floated the ideas of a few other cars. So potentially thinking of another E36, but if I do get another E36, I want it to be a Boston Green 328 coupe. That's like the only E36 I'll consider. I don't think I have enough budget for an M3, so the 328 obviously is the best you can get other than an M3. I'd consider the 325 as well, to be honest, with the M50. Another option is a JZX 100 Chaser. This is probably the one that I'm most excited about, but that depends on how I go with my tax as well and how much I can get back there. So that's really exciting because it gives me the chance to put JZ back into PJZ. The name for this channel and this brand originally came from the Toyota 2JZ engine and my initials of PJ. That's blended together to make 2PJZ. So I feel like it would be a nice little tie-in to this new chapter of the brand to have 2PJZ represented by a JZ powered car. And I just like that there's so much you can do with the JZX platform. It's obviously reliable because it's Toyota. I think the 1Js are one of the best sounding Japanese engines of all time, and they look phenomenal, and they're also really practical. So sounds like I've already made the decision up, but I haven't, because there's a couple other options, but I am heavily considering that. But as I mentioned before, it does depend on sort of where my finances are sitting in the next month or so. The other two options are a Honda Civic EP3 Type R. I've driven one of these before. My mate Anthony owned it and absolutely loved it. I had such a fun. I hadn't giggled in a car like that for so long. The way it sort of torque steers and the way the K20 sounds and gets on VTEC and all that sort of thing, I find really addictive. And it's small, it's again reliable. It's the sort of thing you can take to the shops and then you can go do a mountain run after, or take to the track. It's just a really good all-rounder. Definitely something to consider, and it is very high on my list. Again, lots of modification potential, and it is getting back into the JDM world, which I miss. And then the last one is another Honda, and that's an Accord Euro CL7. I haven't driven one of these before. I have read a few reviews that people say they're a little bit boaty, but I sort of like that it's just a bigger EP3. Obviously it doesn't drive anything the same. You can't really compare them, but same sort of power plant, same Honda reliability, and same sort of thing you can take to the shops. You can put two mates in the back and go and do a mountain run. That's really appealing to me. Same with the JZX, really, is that four-door appeal. So yeah, it's two four-door cars, two two-door cars, but at the same time, I am keeping my options really open with it. I'm certainly not tied to any particular car or brand, and that's why I want to put it out to you guys. And I really, really want you to let me know what you would like to see on the channel. If you've never left a comment before, please, this is your time to do so now. Leave a comment on the box down below here. Hit me up on my Instagram at 2PJZ. That's where I spend a lot of time, so you will be able to reach me there with whatever your thoughts and feelings are. If you know someone that's got something really cool, also send that my way. And on that note, I'll still be without a car for probably a few weeks, even a couple of months. I don't know when this process will finish up. Insurance could take 2 weeks to get back to me. They could take a month to get back to me. I've got absolutely no idea. So in that time, if you know any Melbourne-based car dealers who have something really cool, something performance-oriented that they might be able to lend me for a few weeks, please let me know. I'm just throwing it out to the universe and trying my luck here, because I was really getting into making content with my E36, and I feel like I've hit a massive roadblock now that I don't actually have my own car to make content with. I'm just relying on going to meets and making stuff there, which is fine, and I'm able to do it, and I am doing it. But if you do know anyone who does have a cool car that they are having sit in stock at the moment, it could be a demo, it could be whatever, I will happily promote them, plug them, give them a big hug, like do whatever, because that would mean a lot to me if I could just get a cool car to do some content with. I'm not really asking for a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, but just something cool. If it doesn't happen, whatever, I'll make do. But if you do, just let me know in the box below. As I said, I didn't want this video to be really long. I just wanted to bring you up to speed about where we're at. I am banking on it being written off. I would be shocked if they tell me that it can be fixed. So I am looking forward to the future, because I do have to plan what's coming next, and I want to be able to make the decision quickly when I do figure it out, because I don't want to be without a car for too much longer. It's a bit of a pain. So I just want to be able to make that choice and have it done and start bringing you guys content with whatever new car it might be. And I really, really do want to hear from you. So as I mentioned, please let me know. And again, while we're all here, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has joined this new version of 2PJZ, this real reinvigoration of the channel and the brand. It's a really, really exciting time. I've got really, really lofty goals for this channel. I don't just want to be a channel that caps out at 10,000 subs and goes, okay, cool, no worries, like job's done. I want to be the best car brand on the internet. I have really, really high ambitions for this, and you've come in at such an exciting time. This is such an exciting opportunity for us together to build this to be whatever we want it to be, really. I just want to be honest and transparent and bring you guys along for this journey, because I love cars, I love talking about cars, and this is a really exciting time. So whether you've been here for the 3 years that I was not making any YouTube videos and you've stuck around, whether you've just got here from a YouTube Discover page or one of my other videos, or whether you've been following my Instagram since I started and you've come to watch this video, thank you to all of you. People like you are literally the only reason that this channel is going to grow, and the only reason that I'm actually going to be able to do anything cool. And the more people that follow and the more people that get on board, the better opportunity that we'll have to make some really good content. So thank you. Please tell your friends about the channel. Bring everyone in. This is something really, really cool and really, really exciting. I want to really put Australian car content creation on the map. We'll keep this process moving forward, and remember, always stay driven and let's keep after it.